go.
Wonderful.
I leave those bits in on the start of each video because I think it's amusing. The bot starts and then someone in the chat will just be like, and off we go.
Why is it always my voice, though?
So, welcome to episode 9. Just before we get started, I will say between episode 8 and episode 9, we have managed to get some more social sorted. We have managed to get all the Patreon stuff sorted, and we have also got. You will see the link on the video. You will have probably noticed it from episode 4. But it is a link to what is essentially our official merchandiser. So they will sell goods in relation to the campaign once we are producing those goods. So
And
if
they are
anyone is
currently
interested,
working on them, so
yeah, they are currently working on them at this time. So if anyone is interested, hop in. Yeah, so this is around the time that we've published episode 4. So hopefully by the time this one is actually released, we'll have all of that stuff as well. So, where did we leave off last time?
we were just talking about that earlier. Let me, or unless May wants to take it away because they said
Yes, we had just turned in the quest that we realized we may have already turned in previously.
Yep. I'm glad someone else picked up on that as well.
Yeah, we realized that after we put the videos in, though.
Yeah, we turned in the flower quest twice.
You did, which I was going to pick up with you and say that you're. The issue is because you've all now leveled up. We would need to take that XP off you.
Which means we'll unlevel again.
Which is the problem, because it's easy to level up a character, especially if you're using like an online app or something else. Well, I was going to mention your artwork later on, but sure.
No, I think it's more the fact that they can't speak this session.
Oh, yeah.
We
Spring
haven't
will
got
not
to
be
that yet.
speaking this session. And we'll be texting, so one of us will have to read Spring's input.
I think first we were just sorting out what to do about the fact that we've all leveled up when we're not supposed to.
Yeah, and then I was going to say, obviously, Totu/Spring will not be joining us via voice this evening, due to personal circumstances, so they will be using text, and I was going to ask who wants to be Totu's official voice for the evening. But we can do that now.
Do I have to?
But
You don't have to. I'm not saying anyone has to.
I suppose I could.
I can do it if others don't.
I don't mind doing it myself. I'm just so that only one of us is reading it, and we don't end up with like several people reading it. Is all I was thinking.
Okay, roll a
That
die.
would be amusing.
Let the dice decide who's Spring's who's Toto's
Okay, yeah,
voice
let's
for the
do that.
Or
I have my physical dice back.
Okay.
I don't. I'm doing the bot.
Spring, think of a number. Don't tell anybody.
No. Well,
Wait, what? Shouldn't we just assign a number to each person and then I roll the dice?
Tior, 4. No, wait, what? Why is it a
I'm-
D4? Who's 4?
I'm
confused.
all the confusion.
4 players?
Ah. 4 is right.
Oh, okay.
The DM said they didn't mind, but if you already picked Zion,
So I said I don't mind doing it, and I got marked out of the whole thing. Like,
I wasn't having. Okay, that was a complete misunderstanding. 'Cause I wanted you to mentally pick a number, and the rest of us would roll, and whoever was closer was going to get it.
oh, I was just
We can
gonna
that way. if
have
you
him
want.
randomly assign numbers to each of us.
Well,
So
now he
however
said
many
on,
of us are doing it, and then roll a dice for that.
well, now he said on the recording that it's me. So,
Well, technically, he said it in
well,
I mean,
yeah,
we can always like
redo
we
the
can
roll.
change,
We'll
yeah.
we'll
Like
redo the.
we're
It'll be
still trying to figure it out, and in the first one they didn't count me, so
fine.
it's a false
We'll
start.
do it again.
I think there are 5 people,
Yeah.
but
including
it
Drogo.
depends if it depends if Drogath is also willing to do the voice. Because if Drogath doesn't want, I'm not gonna make someone do it if they don't want to do it. Is my thing. Like,
What's up?
Drogath, do you want to speak
I
for Totu?
usually have trouble focusing already, so that would not go
so
well, probably.
randomly assign a number to me, Radel, Tior, and Zion from 1 to 4. Don't tell us what they are. Now I need to find a D4. Why is it when you're trying to find a specific dice, you can never find that dice? I don't
I
think
have a
it's
D4.
So is the DM only
I have
rolling,
a
The
D4.
or is
DM
everybody
wants
rolling?
to roll.
Okay,
I'm rolling. I was just looking for a D4.
okay. The pointy pyramid.
Yeah, I found it. This because I've got lots of other dice, so they slip in between dice, and then you don't really notice them because it's just a little point. It is 2.
Who's number 2?
So who did you assign as number 2? Oh, that's me. There we go. Problem solved.
Well, one problem.
Yep.
We will
So I am gonna have to
mysterious.
just say when I will just say Totu says. Okay. Next issue,
There's an issue.
the level.
Oh,
So are we unleveling the characters? Because I have to do that by hand. Because I have it on the Google Docs now.
I feel
read.
bad that you've leveled up and you would have to go down a level.
Can't we just leave
However,
it the way it is?
Could we?
however, we did technically turn in a quest that we had already turned in.
Could we
So I
say that we have to do
think
the quest today, and
was
it's for the same amount of XP?
well, I was gonna say I think what I'll do
I don't want to
is
math backwards.
we'll do the session. You can stay at level 3,
Okay.
Alright.
and however much XP it was you got the second time you turned in the flower quest, you will basically have to earn that XP. So even if you don't earn it this session, until you have earned that XP, you will not earn any more above level 3, if that makes sense.
Do you want me to
Mm.
put that XP into story updates? Or I guess Meg could do it, so that way we have a
I
memory.
don't know how much XP. It's a diary.
Oh, okay.
It'll be on the session. I'll listen to the session and I'll sort it out. But
Yeah, because
did
my
I
note
write?
on that is quests turned in, 2G to split, flower, 100G to split, survivors, we hit level 3. Uh, so I didn't write down how much XP.
I know one of the quests. It basically worked out so that you perfectly hit level 3. and I did it completely unintentionally.
Ah,
Perfect, wasn't it?
So, because I think it
So
was something like 70
don't.
XP or something similar for the flowers, and I'm sure there was like 200 XP for something.
It says my XP is at 900, so.
Mine is at 730. I haven't updated it yet.
There you go.
Well, there's
It
the old
was
XP.
270 that you earned.
Okay.
Wouldn't
And
that be
I'm sure
170?
170. Yep, maybe.
So,
Yeah, because I remember there being 100 in there. So there was
Okay.
100 for the survivors and then 70 for the flower.
There you go. So until you have earned 70 XP, you won't get any closer to level 4. Does that make sense? Like, Totu said, yeah, it's like a debt. Yeah, imagine it as like a loan. You have essentially been loaned 70 XP.
I think there we go. May types faster.
I have had more practice.
You have.
At some point, we should have a typing race between all of us.
You'll
oh,
Uh,
that'll be fun.
I would lose.
May's instantly just, you will win. Okay, so, where did we say we left off? Because we got sidetracked a bit by turning in the second flower quest.
Yeah, we turned in the quest. We'd encountered
Oh,
the guildmaster head person, and
Yep.
Ray panicked and got Tior also paranoid.
Yep. And that was where we left off?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Because
was paranoid and
was
panicked.
Totu still speaking to him?
No, I pulled Toto away. We were about to go join the others outside.
Who were outside?
Yeah.
Okay. What was Drogath doing at the time?
Drogath was not in session.
Drogath was still in the other town.
So that's the bit that we have to also figure out here. What was Drogath doing?
I have no idea at the moment.
Okay. Well, you can pick an activity that you would have done as like a side quest, which is why you were not in session, so to speak. And you will earn 100 XP for that.
Spring says, I think the last thing we did was.
You're
Oh,
not supposed to be reading out for Totu.
Yes, Totu says, I think the last thing we did was Ray Shot looks at Tior like, I told you he was evil.
No, those were for the guard captain. These looks were more like he's evil, please help.
What's the last notes I have? Session wise, Radel believes guild captain to be Griffin. Tior also believes guild captain to be Griffin due to dodgy glances from Radel, and left off outside the guild house HQ. I do keep the notes, it's interesting to see where we left off from a player perspective as well.
I think we did say we left Drogath a note, though, with the end, didn't we? That we were heading back?
Yes, you either left him a note or a message to say that you were going back to the guild house to turn, well, the guild of guilds, so to speak, to turn in the quests.
Thing Drogath could have been done was monster hunting.
Okay.
Seems logical.
Yeah, I will. So, towards the end of this session, unless you want to try and just find some quickly and send them, they can't be too powerful or anything, obviously. And then I can try and figure out if you would have got any loot from them as well, because if you were monster hunting, there is a possibility you would get loot. Totu, I don't think I can start the diary entries today, sadly.
Well, no, because you have to type to talk rather than type to write in your diary.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know they were going to be keeping a diary.
Well,
I think
Oh,
I think
sorry.
it was mentioned that a lot of the characters would be starting to write diaries.
Oh, that's cool. That's
Well,
something else we could offer.
Because remember, I said I was gonna go back and do do Zion's backstory in the format of a diary,
Yep,
and that's why I had needed questions from you.
that's fun. As
And
notes and back info. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
My diary just starts when we started the sessions. It's fine.
yeah. I was gonna go back and make the backstory into a diary, and then continue to do the notes. So basically, Spring went, "That's a good idea," and I went, "Technically, it's May's idea."
You can write the back info too. Um, it depends, because again, I want you guys to have your own backstories and everything else. I don't really want to influence them. The only thing I want is, or I've got, is where you originate from. Oh, apparently Ray can. He was talking about Ray.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no. I'm not going to give too much away, but the way I've done the diary is there is a page of notes, but I've also restarted the diary after the session, and it makes sense. After the session one, and it makes sense.
That's fine. So, you find yourselves in the courtyard of the HQ, like the headquarters for all of the guilds that are in this land. It is surprisingly quiet. You would think out of an air of respect for where you are. Aside from the sound of wood against wood. You can see from where you are that there is actually a small training ring where it appears people are sparring. Obviously, Radel has been shooting glances at Theor, and Zion has picked up Totu.
Not physically. I just moved. I got Totu out of the
Ushered them away.
Yeah, basically. I was just like, "Come here. Let's go. Goodbye."
Okay. Drogath, you find yourself entering the courtyard, and you see your party members basically coming out of the guild house.
I wave and walk towards the group.
Welcome back, Drogath.
Yeah, killed some monsters. What did you guys do? Anything interesting?
Oh, we did quite a bit. Let's
Thing
not
that
talk
would
of it here.
interest you.
Okay.
Okay. There is a pub nearby that you could go to. You do vaguely remember this. Obviously because this is where your story kind of started. In a different area of this place, but still in this town or city. I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
So you do know that there are a couple of public houses / inns that you could go to. You are also aware of like some quieter areas, I believe. If you bear with me a second. Is it in this one? Yes, it is. So you are currently at the back of where the temple square is. You are aware that there is a little like open garden type area in the upper district, and there is also one in the area just underneath East Road. Yes, garden. They're more like public parks than gardens, so to speak. Those areas would be very quiet. And you might even be able to just like walk down one of the streets in those areas, and so long as there's not a lot of people around, people probably wouldn't hear you. Totu says that they want to do that. That sounds nice.
I would suggest heading to one of the nearby gardens.
Okay.
Probably a lot more easy to talk about the stuff there,
Quiet.
I would assume.
Yes.
And then that's a good idea. We'll go ahead and do that.
Okay. As you walk the streets, there are very few people around. They all appear to be sort of going about just general daily life. Which one are you going to?
Whichever one's the closest and probably the one with the least amount of people.
So if you have a look at the maps, the one that is obviously the city, as I said, you'll notice there is one in the upper district. You will see where the upper district is written. There are a few houses in that area, but there is a garden there as well. And if you look at the one just below East Road, you will see there are actually two spots that don't have houses in, which are also gardens. There are none in the not public anyway, like in any of the other areas. So it's up to you guys which one you want to go to. The one in the upper district would be closer, considering you are where the guild houses are.
I think that's the one we're heading for.
Okay. So, as I said, you make your way, and the streets aren't very busy. When you get to the garden, it is all fenced in with a very ornate, gold painted fence. You can tell that it's not real gold because it looks like a lot duller than a gold fence would. There are some trees and some benches, but there is no one in this garden. It is completely empty from what you can see.
This does not appear to be a place open to the public.
No,
Not
it
meant
doesn't.
to be open.
The gates are open. You could walk in.
That in itself, a little bit. They might be used.
As you get closer, there is a sign which just reads "Public Park. Please pick up rubbish."
I assume they want quiet.
It's basically empty. That's strange. I suppose now is a better time than ever to have.
Toti, why are we not going in?
Yeah,
We
let's
are,
just
I believe.
go in.
It is a very nice and quiet public garden. It has very green grass, a few flowers around, a couple of trees, and a couple of benches. It is a lovely, quiet spot. Toto is visibly happy.
Ray is smiling.
Okay.
Do you want to explain to Drogath what you saw?
What was that?
Do you want to explain to Drogath what you saw?
Oh, no, I was saying that in character for reasons.
Oh, I see. Toto, the cult thing.
The cult? Do you know more about the cult?
They follow Abaddon the Maimed.
Interesting.
Dole listened in on one of their meetings.
Well, slightly more than listened in.
Yeah. But honestly, off the top of my head, I can't remember what happened.
Does it
If
not
you
say
didn't
in your
remember it,
diary?
probably
Yeah,
wasn't
but I have
important.
to read through my diary.
Plus, I
If you
would
don't remember, it wasn't that important. Toto says they remember, kinda. Although
Plus-
Toto would only know what Radel told them.
And Radel didn't tell Totu much.
I told someone.
Either
think-
Tior or Zion
I told one of you.
I think you told Tior, but would
told Tior.
yeah, I think you told Tior more than me, because I think Tior was the one you were able to pull away easier at the time.
Wonderful.
Does Tior remember?
Not a thing.
We're doing so well. I know
Oh, I
exactly
know.
what happened.
It's absolutely wonderful.
Well,
I
Radel.
just don't fully remember which ones did what.
Well, Radel's going to walk a small distance from the group and pull out a book, flicking through its pages.
Okay.
This cult initiated 2 members, the Griffin and the Dragon. They required a sacrifice. Some fingers were cut off voluntarily.
So that's it?
An old woman was sacrificed in order to attempt to
Mm.
summon Abaddon, I believe. I am not
Oh,
entirely
that's
sure.
I assume they didn't succeed.
I would hope not.
Toto is currently too distracted to really listen in.
I did not stay.
Oh dear.
Well, let's hope it's failed.
Do you remember what was said when they brought her in?
Yes, it is written down in the book that Radel is currently reading out of.
Okay.
The one who was. Well, there was the one in the wolf mask. Said, "My brothers and sisters, tonight we are joined by our mighty leader Abaddon. We induct our new members and we try to bring Abaddon to this realm. Please bring forth the broken beast." Said beast, I assume, being the old woman that was sacrificed.
Well, that's comforting.
That sounds problematic.
Quite.
Totu, oh yeah, apparently there was a curfew on the city too, so we broke that.
Radel puts his book away.
Rules are meant to be broken.
Not if it gets us thrown in prison.
Again.
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 For them. The first time for me.
You weren't
Okay.
at risk of going into prison. It was just Radel and Totu again.
Well, yeah. So first time for me. The first time for me if we get. So how about we
Totu just, no!
You would think you're too pretty for jail, so let's not.
The curfew just means you're not allowed to be seen past a certain time, right?
Curfew means you're not allowed out past a certain time.
Not allowed to be noticed out.
You're not allowed to be out past a certain time. How you interpret that is entirely up to you.
Well,
If no one
another
sees, no one cares.
Totu has said, anyway, back to being distracted.
the news has been shared. How about we
Where?
head back in before the threat of being comes up?
Sure. Leia, knock it off.
So now that you have caught Drogath up, I think that's everything.
Yeah, that's everything of importance.
What do you want to do?
Undistract Totu.
Must we?
Probably have to remove him from the garden to do that.
Yep.
Not a problem.
Zion takes Terry out of his pocket. What do you think of everything going on?
Well, I've been sort of eavesdropping on what you've said. I heard you mention Abaddon.
Yes.
Toto said they can refocus. You just have to call out to me every minute.
Radel knows this very well, but will not.
Well, I mean, I don't know much about him. Not a nice fella. And if there's someone trying to summon him, I'd probably say it's best to either stop them or look into it. I do know there is a way to summon him. However, it's never been actually done.
probably not a problem then.
I wouldn't be so sure.
I mean, it's probably not a good thing if people are trying again. It was pretty horrific last time. As far as I'm aware, it's illegal to worship or even pretty much mention that name, though. Totu has said wait last time. Yeah, it been attempted a couple of times.
That just means that it will probably fail again.
Your distrust in magic is appalling, and it will get you killed someday.
I'll survive.
No, you won't. That's the whole point of being killed. You don't survive. Otherwise, it'd just be assault.
Yeah.
That would be a very different sentence, though, wouldn't it? Your distrust in magic will get you assaulted one day. I can live with that.
Yeah. I would say it would be attempted killing.
Yeah, still not as bad as being killed.
Yeah.
Especially if the party don't have another 1,000 gold.
There is luckily a solution for someone to get money.
Depending on where you are, maybe? I don't know. There's a possible solution, but it's not a guaranteed solution.
No, definitely not.
If we are relying on Tior's nightly escapades for income, then we are in a very bad position indeed.
We already have a client.
As oh, I think someone missed something important in their recap.
Ah, yes, you mean the cultist.
Mm-hmm.
To put it quite bluntly, I would rather burn down Tior's entire life savings than let him go back to that man. We will not associate with that god.
Okay. Something bad happened.
Would anyone like to further explain? Totu, wait, what's this about burning to your... No, not burning to yours life savings. Then
No.
letting her go back to her client.
Totally
Sorry,
no.
him. Letting him go back to his client.
That is not what I meant, Totu. I was merely expressing my displeasure.
Burning money is just a, well, waste of money.
If we are in a bind, then might have
The majority's displeasure.
I merely said I would rather burn down Tior's life savings than let him
Toto has said,
remain
but
friends.
Toto said, but it's what I heard. What did you say?
I merely said that I would rather burn down Tior's entire life savings than allow him to remain friends with the cultist.
Just scowling under his hood.
Well, you do pick the wrong crowd for your nightly trips.
Well, perhaps you can pick a better one yourself.
Nah, not into it.
Oh wait, if he's friends with a cultist, couldn't we get info easily? No. And I'll let Tiora explain why that is.
Oh no, Tior can't because this Tior doesn't actually remember what happened last session.
No.
So I know that no, but Tosi doesn't. So last session, Tior went up to the guard captain and told him that they had received an anonymous tip that there were people worshipping Abaddon in the city because he had learned that it was illegal to worship Abaddon. It was one of the laws. And the guard captain did nothing.
Oh.
And then, I believe later on, Radel found out that, if I'm correct, I think I am.
Yes.
Yeah, Radel found out that the guard captain was one of the cult members.
Dragon.
So,
Wow.
not a client. I understand.
So, not base.
And because Tior had told him, and Tior is the only face he can put to that air quotation, I've lost the word I'm trying to think of. Accusation. Obviously, they needed to leave, especially as when Radel was leaving, they may have been nearly caught
Ah.
because they made a lot of noise trying to sneak away.
Oh no.
And so cult members followed them and they managed to just get away from the cult members and then got caught by a city guard member, which is how they learnt that there was a curfew because they nearly got sent back to prison.
Oh dear.
Instead, they had to pay a fee, and it was lucky that I think Tior was there because Tior ended up paying the fee, if I'm correct.
No, I paid.
No, you paid. Okay.
I called Toto a child.
Oh, yes, that's right. You half convinced one of the city guard that Toto had just wandered off on his own in the night, even though there was a curfew. So, along with that suspicious activity and the fact that Tior then said before to the guard captain, like, by the way, there are worshippers of Abaddon in your city, and he is one of them. They sort of decided it was probably a good idea to head out of town for a bit.
Yeah.
So that's why they don't want Tior to go back to him, because if Tior also goes back to him and starts asking questions, you know, about the cult or whatever, they're probably gonna set some alarm bells off.
Mm.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would assume if if Tior would remember that, they would explain that to Totu, just like, well, I can't get the information from him because I may or may not have let on that I know there are cultists in the city. I don't know that you're one of them, but I know that they're here.
How would Tior explain that in character, by the way? Tior. Just so it is said.
Oh dear.
Remembering that Totu's the innocent one.
The little candle.
Gonna be right back.
I'm sorry, Totu, but Tior seems to associate you with those words.
I'm uncertain how.
So the only way I can think that people might try and explain it to Totu is like, imagine you were trying to explain this to a child,
Oh. Oh
and
dear.
you're essentially telling him why you can't go and speak to that guy about that. Totu, hey, why is that right?
I that person again for a bit. He isn't in the best of moods, and I don't want to anger him any further than he already was. I'll try talking to him later. No.
Totu, did you
It,
fight?
You will not.
no. It wasn't a fight. It was more so a complication.
Yes, a complication that means.
It was more so a complication that will be worked on at a later time when he's in a better mood. Right now, he's truly not.
Tior, you will
What?
do no such thing. You are not to associate with that cultist.
For the safety of my safety of all of us, would be best not to engage with that person any further.
To put it simply, he is a bad person.
Yeah.
Okay. Totu says, oh.
So it is
What's
best that we have.
plan?
The
Oh
plan is to
dear.
find a source of income that isn't Tior.
I can go to others for, but not in this.
We will not be relying on your particular skill set for our income. We will find another way.
We can use this as a substitute to our income.
Are you offering?
Suggesting, not offering.
What would you use to substitute it?
Like Tio.
Oh, as in someone else does what Tior does.
No, we have separate income, but also
I think the reason, like, from what I understand, I think the reason Raidle's saying this is because they're worried that Tior might end up with another cultist.
Oh, no, not really.
Oh, okay. They just don't like what Tior does.
Well, they didn't really care until Zion, like, full on broke down in public.
No one else knows about that.
No, that's what makes this fun. Because Rachel's just hell bent on, no, we're not doing this. Radel just saw Tior going off with someone else and Zion breaking down. So he jumped to conclusions and assumed, oh, we're not doing that again.
Okay. I honestly thought it was because you were worried they were going to end up with another cultist, but, you know. Totu still wants to know why Zion is sad about Tior getting friends.
And Radel knows exactly why, which is why we don't want any more friends. But
Toto, they're friends with a certain special aspect.
A certain quality.
Oh dear.
Certain qualities is fine.
This is gonna make me laugh so much I cry because, like, the wording is perfect for how your characters would say it, but when trying to explain, yeah, exactly. Totu, special friends, what's that?
You'll understand later. I would tell you, but they probably would not like me to tell you.
I would tell you up about if you did. So no.
Totu, do you recall those people I used to associate with myself? The ones who simply wanted, well, they would rather my coin than my person.
Nods.
Tior is the opposite. He takes money in order to spend time.
I gain a coin for cuddle. I gain a coin for cuddle. I get paid to cuddle.
Totu says paid friends. That's not really a friend, though.
It's still money.
Exactly. Special kind of friend.
Which is why we are not going to be relying on that for our income. Some people simply wish to, well, to be listened to. We shall leave it at that.
Mic drop. I half, like, I don't know if Raidel would. I half imagine at this point, Raidel just, like, as they finish that sentence, just looking at Tior like, are you listening?
The entire time to yours staring at
Honestly,
her.
the entire time, Radel's just been glaring at both Drogath and Tior.
You seem very
And
insistent
Tior.
about this.
And sneaking subtle glances at Zion in between.
Zion,
Tior's
how are
just
you reacting to all of this? Because, like, Zion, are you there?
oh, they might still be on Vera.
Zion.
I don't think Zion has had any of this discussion.
I
I
think
may
Zion
have.
hidden himself in his cloak.
Sion's just vanished.
I may have to check on them. I'll be right back.
Okay. So, Totu, oh, that sounds nicer than what I thought. I wouldn't mind just letting people talk to me about anything they need. Tior, is there anything special you do to help them? Tiora's popped off for a moment.
There is often drink and violence involved. So no, I would rather you didn't. I would rather Tior didn't either.
I
Really
love
would.
how the innocence of this is essentially Totu's like, I can help people. The reality of this is Totu essentially nearly just started pimping themselves out.
Maybe later he'll understand.
I'm really glad that sentence finished with he'll understand, because I half thought it was going to stop at maybe later, and I was like, oh dear. Totu's put, oh, that sounds worse now. Oh.
Well, to summarize, no one will be
I'm
having.
back. I said I'd be right back. I'm right here.
Oh, you missed so much.
You missed so much.
Basically, Radel just ate. What's that word? What am I
Chewed.
looking for? Chewed out.
Chewed.
Chewed out the Tior and Drogath for trying to sell Tior off to people while trying to explain to Totu what a paid friend is.
Let's pretend that that whole conversation Zion was apparent just staring at a tree.
No,
Perfect.
Disassociating.
Yeah. No, Radel was sneaking glances at you, which is why we wanted to know how you were reacting.
Oh, I literally went be right back because I had to go to the bathroom.
We did hear you say be right back, but we thought it was like a 2-second thing. So the conversation continued, and Drogath didn't fully assist the situation. And Tior gave good answers, but not the best answers. And
Cuddles the coin.
Totu essentially was saying, like, so Totu still wants to know why Zion is sad about Tior getting friends. And then they said they were special friends, so they're like, special friends, what's that? Radel explained, do you remember the people that I used to spend some of my time with that would rather my coin over my person? And Totu nodded. And then he said, paid friends, that's not really a friend though. So Radel was like, exactly. And then an explanation was given by Tior that it was he cuddled with people for money. So Totu was like, oh, that sounds nicer than what I thought. I wouldn't mind just letting people talk to me about what they need. Tior, is there anything special you do to help them?
Oh, no.
So Radel was like, it often involves drink and sometimes violence, so I'd rather you didn't do this. So Totu was like, oh, that sounds worse now. While Drogath was also trying to explain in a child-friendly way.
Was Drogath trying to explain in a child-friendly way, though? Drogath does not seem like Drogath's style.
No!
Child friendly-ish.
Yeah, partially.
Child friendly in a half orc way.
Yeah, exactly.
Ish. Sort of.
And then yeah, like I said, the fact that Totu's sentence is it's so innocent in how it is, but the reality is that Totu essentially nearly just started pimping himself out. Because, oh, that sounds nicer than what I thought. I wouldn't mind just letting people talk to me about what they need. Is there anything special you do to help them? Like, I could do that too. I want to help people. And in reality, they're just like clueless about the fact that it's not cuddling.
God.
It's cuddle time for.
There will be no cuddles, there is violence, and you will not talk any further on this subject.
Raid the
I was
leaders.
going to say
If you
the
want.
rules, and you don't. There's a height required. There's a height requirement. A little candle, and you don't seem to. I'm sorry.
On a side note, if any of you have children at any point in your lives, please don't have this type of a conversation with them.
Please don't.
You
Please
all
don't.
suck. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm here and I'm like, I can imagine this from like a child's perspective, and the more you're saying, the more questions it raises.
I
Like,
know.
Just trying to get you to shut up.
I know.
This is
Radle's there, just like we've
completely
already
intentional.
Drogat's probably doing it on purpose. He's just laughing away with it, from what I can tell. And all I imagine is Radle's just almost like pulling the hair out, like, you've already said too much. Just shut up, shut up.
I just don't see the problem with it.
Especially when they also turned around at one point and were like, specifically, I think targeted towards Tior. They kind of said about how maybe some people just want to be listened to. Because they're essentially obviously pointing out the fact that Zion had that mini breakdown after Tior went off with a friend.
I wasn't
Especially
around, so I didn't notice that. I would assume.
Totu, why do you have to be a certain height for cuddles? I cuddle just fine, thank you.
Well, violent cuddles do tend to require sturdier.
Oh, this is just getting so much worse.
Now, can we please move on and just made friends are not friends and should not be considered such.
You've opened up a can of worms. Like, this is. You're gonna have to
So
try and.
it's a delicate topic, and some people here would rather not talk about it with you.
Violent is not an adjective for cuddles.
Exactly. Tior
That's
Tior
something
often
else.
Tior
It's a
often
type.
confuses violence and cuddles. He
It,
seems to
Totu isn't actually a child, are they?
know.
They're just a little innocent.
Yes.
A little.
Totu is 16. Totu, you are still a child.
Which is why we call you. And I'm sorry if I offense, but
Not to Totu. Okay, so Totu's race 16 is an adult.
Isn't it an adult in the UK for stuff like that? 16 as well.
This is a very dodgy sidetrack to go down, but
You can
so
just say yes or no.
no, we
well,
cannot.
it's a little more complicated than just yes or no. That's the problem.
Well, because
Then
I was always told that yes, that it is in the UK, and
It's
then
so it
we
is technically when you are 16, you are allowed to violently cuddle.
we
That's what I'm using for this because it just I'm not, you are allowed to violently cuddle. But if you are 18 or over and you are violently cuddling with someone under 18, but who is 16 or older, it classes as I'm not gonna say the word, but I'm just statutory R.
okay,
Because although they are old enough to, in the eyes of the law, to consent to the act, they are
yeah,
not emotionally mature enough to agree to it with an adult.
yeah, totally agree. Your laws are
Because
better than some states.
an adult can manipulate them.
Oh, definitely. Your
So
laws are with the states.
it's
say
it's very, very rarely like prosecuted, simply because a lot of the times both parties are willing. However, if either party, so like it's normally if someone's in like a position of like public authority or something like that, or if either party is like resentful of the other, especially the ones who are under 18, it can be prosecuted. But a lot of the time there's a general both parties agree.
Okay.
So it's a bit of a grey area because technically, yes, 16 you are old enough, but you are not an adult. So it's either with someone of the same age or someone who is literally just 1 year older than you. Because as soon as they are 18 is when it crosses that line.
But wouldn't that make a situation where there's someone 16 and 17 and a year later 17 and 18 and it's no longer allowed?
So 17 and 18, that's technically still statutory R. But there's no such thing as like, so I know in America they have things like the Romeo and Juliet laws.
Yeah.
Which means if they've been, now correct me if I'm wrong because I may not have this right, but from what I know, it means that if they were both under 18 when the relationship started, and one of them becomes an adult, or under whatever age it is, I don't know exactly. I know it's just younger than being classified as an adult in the eyes of the law in America. Then it falls under the Romeo and Juliet law, which means that it's not like you can't be prosecuted for it, but that's not every state in America.
Yeah, each state has their own laws for it, but I believe on a federal thing, age of consent is 18 plus.
Yeah, whereas in the UK, there's no such thing as the Romeo and Juliet laws.
Yep.
Like, there's not even anything related to it. You will often find that there are people in relationships where it's like they are 17 or 18 and they are with someone who is older. But again, they're both consenting parties. That's what I mean when it's like it's a bit of a grey area because yes, once you're over 16 you can do that, but not with someone who is over 18. Totu, what have I done? Opened a can of worms. Exactly as I said.
Repeatedly trying to get Tior to shut up.
But the thing that amuses me most out of all of this is so like England is like, 16 whatever for aggressive cuddling, but you have to be 17 to drive. Whereas in America, I think they start learning younger than that.
I don't remember.
I've been driving for that long, I can't even remember when I started. I don't know, I just know, this is probably just like from TV shows and stuff, I just know that it seems it's when they're in high school and they sometimes have like driver's ed lessons and stuff. Or is that not a thing?
I
Oh,
thought it
we
was
do have
16 in the US.
I don't know, that's why I was hoping either Tior or Zion would enlighten us.
a learner's permit can be acquired at
16. So, at the age we think someone is mature enough for aggressive cuddles, you think they're mature enough to drive.
And have a cut.
It's a permit, which means you have to have someone that has an authoritative driver's license right next to the car.
You have to be at least 17 to get one of those in the UK.
Oh wow.
Interesting facts
and
from around the
I will
world.
be right back.
Okay. Toto will now just shut up because Ray is very upset about violent cuddles.
And Ray is now upset because Toto is upset and is now very visibly annoyed at Tior.
Let's please not start this because now it's going to be Toto is upset because Ray is visibly upset that Toto is visibly upset. Yeah. Oh no, Toto isn't upset. Thank
No.
God for that. We stopped the circle. Just imagine this continuing on. Like, well, Ray's now more upset.
No, Ray assumes Toto is upset and is now mad at Tior.
I'm just amused.
Why are you bringing him back? Why are you bringing him back?
Why are you bringing him back? I don't know. Who are they bringing back? Is it an evil cat?
Okay, it's the we have two of our cats are kind of sick. They have one of the cats is getting over pink eye, and the other one has an ear infection of some sort. So they're being quarantined in the other room, and apparently, the one that is getting over pink eye is an escape artist today.
Okay. Time for Toto to get distracted, apparently. We're still in the garden at this point.
Yeah, we are.
Yes, Ray's trying to get everyone out of the garden. It's not working very well.
Apparently not.
Hey.
What's
the plan anyway? Like, what have you decided to do? Because you could go and look for other forms of income. You could go and look for other quests.
We
You could
did
just go
pick
and
up another
explore.
quest to investigate a cathedral or citadel, something nearby.
Yeah, I think we were gonna do that.
Okay. Good.
Except where it is at the moment is Zion's currently spaced out, and Tior is still trying to explain paid friends.
Well, Totu's zoned out because he thinks the conversation's finished.
Now, if we are done trying to and failing to explain things, might we continue the quest we accepted before leaving?
Yes, that sounds like a good idea.
So if you look at the map, you will see that the cathedral is just outside of the capital.
Okay.
It will take you about a half a day to reach it. The capital is quite big. As you get closer, something weird happens. The sky above you turns a blood red color.
Well, that's a problem. Am I the only one seeing? Please tell me I'm not alone. It's turning the color of strawberry.
I don't know what
Toto instinctively gets closer to Ray.
I don't know what kind of strawberries you've been eating.
They're red and sweet and delicious.
That is not sweet or delicious, unless you happen to be a vampire.
So possibly cherry.
The cathedral itself, as you approach, seems to become darker. Like, the bricks start out a normal grey, and the closer you are getting, they appear to becoming blacker.
Oh, that.
Something weird is going on.
This is what we are here to investigate, though I advise we take caution.
Oh.
As you reach the step, you all notice that the wooden doors appear to be charred and burnt. Splatters of blood are just everywhere. And at the very center, at the top of the door, is a horned demonic head.
Does the blood look dried up?
Roll me an investigation check.
Uh, 19.
Some of it appears to be dry, some of it appears to be fresher. You're not entirely sure how fresh because it how dark it is against the stones. Like it's not like wet, but it's also not like dry. It's a bit difficult to explain. You're also not sure if like some of it has maybe like fallen, like some of the fresher type looking stuff has maybe fallen on older stuff, also making it appear slightly different. So you can't tell how fresh it is, but there is a mixture between old and newer.
Some of this seems fairly recent.
Yeah.
Some of it seems old.
Can I tell how long ago the fire, well, burnt everything down?
Roll me an investigation check.
Okay. Oh, nice. Not 20.
There was no fire.
There was no fire.
There was no fire. The doors just appear burnt. But from your investigation, there's no other traces of fire.
This was not caused by a fire.
It was. Um.
Radel, can you make me a perception check with hearing, please?
Okay.
I don't like that.
Uh, 24.
You hear a soft chanting. The doors are closed, but it appears to be coming from inside the cathedral. Can everyone else make me a perception check? You can't make out what they're saying, Radel, but it seems familiar. Someone's going to have to tell me what the roles are, because I'm keeping an eye on General to make sure I can speak for Totu.
Drogath rolled a 10.
I'll get
Okay.
my room. If I can find my perception. Ah. And I'm using the bar.
Totu rolled a 15.
I thought we were saying meta rolls.
Zion rolled a dirty 20.
Okay. What did Tior roll?
Nothing.
If I do it.
An 11.
Zion and Totu.
Uh-huh.
You notice the sky appears to be becoming redder. Like it is getting a deeper shade of red.
I'm gonna gently knock my arm into Radel's shoulder and kind of point upward so they notice it.
Fine, because Totu has just... It's getting worse. The sky?
So, to summarize, we have a ritual, blood splatters, and a demonic-looking sky. Is anyone else reminded of the words that Terry said just this morning about the summoning?
We should try and interrupt them.
I do believe our good friend the half-orc has jinxed us. Though it is best not to jump to conclusions, I suppose. In any case, these doors may be charred, but there was no fire here. With that, I'm saying that as I look at Totu.
Okay. Drogath said about interrupting them.
Radel's more waiting to see everyone else's opinion.
I believe that is a safe bet based on what we see.
You
So what are we
can
doing?
probably see that. Worse than having formed.
Kicking in the door.
Radel, do you hear anything? Is it just
Chanting.
one voice?
I do not believe so.
And then we need to get inside darkness.
Are we going for stealthy approach or just going in?
Based on the sky. I don't know if
Totu soft nods at what Ray said. We should probably do something.
We need to get in. And that is the bottom. How we go about it.
Oh. Sorry, Totu says, if stealth, should I stay outside?
I think in this case it is better to stick together.
Yeah.
You should be separate.
So what's the plan? Are we stealthing this? Are we just barging in? Are we throwing someone in?
Ooh, fun.
We're not throwing anyone in.
Radel is
We
going
can't.
to try and quietly open the door.
Okay. Toti says I know, but I'm not exactly sneaky considering glow. Okay. How are you trying to sneakily open the door?
I'm just opening it slowly and hoping no one doesn't look.
Open my
The
cape
door.
a bit so Totu can get under it if he wants.
Okay. The door doesn't make a sound. Toti does get under your cloak, by the way.
And I close it.
Okay. The door doesn't make a sound as it opens smoothly. As soon as you do, all of you instantly feel a strange tingle in your mind. From inside the cathedral, you hear a voice. You have bought us a broken beast. Is this a sacrifice?
No.
Who are you?
No one of importance.
If you are here, you must be important.
Merely a curious passerby.
Then you are not permitted to leave. We will take the broken beast, and we will complete our ritual. This voice seems to be emanating from within your minds.
I look at the others.
Is anyone here broken beast?
Totu says, take what?
Has anyone ever heard of the Broken Beast before, DM?
Yes, I explained that the broken beast was the old woman.
Oh. Oh, wait. I got
The sick old woman.
oh, wisdom. Okay.
I do believe you are quite old, Zion.
Totu wasn't listening.
It is wise not to listen to voices that appear in your mind. Simply put, this voice appears to be mistakenly believing that we are bringing a sacrifice. And now that it knows we are not, it does not wish us to leave.
Zion sort of like mentally like the cogs are turning. And then you just see him take a step closer.
So, in character, Totu wasn't listening. Out of character, they were listening. And then they say, well, I'm not even a beast. That lady at the prison didn't let me join them.
The sick old woman that I witnessed as a previous sacrifice was no beast either. Although I do believe someone in our party is quite a fair bit older than the norm, shall we say. In any case, do we wish to enter?
I think Zion said they took a step forward.
I start walking forward.
I'll go in as well.
What was that?
I'll go in as well.
I can't understand what Tior is saying.
Yeah, me neither.
Sorry, I'll go in as well.
Ah,
I just keep walking to the group in front of us.
Yet there is, as you walk forward, a group of cloaked figures. In the middle of them, Radel, you immediately recognize. It is the same type of altar that was used in the Harbor City sacrifice chamber, so to speak. A similar assortment of like sharp weapons. All of these cultists are wearing disfigured masks. So they're not plain, but they're not like animals or anything. It's almost like the faces have been warped and contorted. The very sort of like farthest point from where you are, there appears to be a figure on a large stone throne. It is not Abaddon, rather a cloaked figure with an Abaddon mask. You notice one very striking thing. He does not appear to have any arms or legs. You all hear the voice again. We will take the broken beast. We will summon Abaddon, and you will kneel before his glory.
we shall do no such thing.
I am walking straight to the group.
Okay.
Radel's going to glance at Zion and then make his way over towards the group on the opposite side of the room.
Vader, what did you say you were doing? Sorry.
I look over at Zion, who is still hiding Totu, and I'm going to make my way over to the group
Okay.
on the opposite side of the room to them.
Okay. Toti says, "Wait, why are you two going?" Um.
Our
Okay.
foolish orc companion appears to have a death wish. I am merely going to attempt to keep him alive.
I stop going towards the group.
Okay.
Maybe
And
it's not such a bad idea, guys.
they doing some weird things with me.
I'm gonna keep walking towards them.
What?
Okay.
What did Drogath say?
They're doing some weird things to me. I don't know why I was going to them.
It appears my assumptions were wrong. I believe we should probably remove Drogath from this situation as soon as possible.
Okay.
I'm going to approach Drogath and try and gently drag him away.
Okay.
You do not belong
I just
here.
walk away.
He just walks away of his own accord, like, nope.
There are no broken beasts here for you.
You again hear the voice in your heads. You would be mistaken.
They do not belong to you. They are not yours to take.
If you
All
insist, we can make some broken bones exist here.
I think the tall, cloaked, horned figure thing was trying to say something.
yeah, he said, you would be mistaken, and that was it.
Ah,
And then, when you said that they don't belong to him, he simply stated all of the broken belong to him.
No one belongs to anyone.
With a sort of eager, like a pep in his step, Zion approaches the altar. Quicker now.
how dimly lit is this room?
Well, the cathedral roof is kind of like open. It looks almost like it's fallen down partially. But um, the room is well lit because of the sky.
Orc, you are faster. Stop Zion from approaching.
Zion, stop.
Your words are not what I require from you, otherwise we are all doomed.
Fine. Start running towards Zion.
Hey DM. Am I
Yeah.
still holding Totu's hand?
I
No,
think
don't-
Totu said that they weren't. I was about to read Totu's. Totu said, I don't think Totu would follow Zion to the altar.
Okay, cool.
Which I think is very correct. I don't think Totu would.
Cool. Good.
As you walk towards the altar, the group part for you. The chanting begins again.
Tior, surely you are not going to let your companion go this easily. I am
Totu
unsure.
is just, Ray, what do we do?
And Ray's thinking, I don't know what to do, please help.
I head for Zion in an attempt to pull him away.
You do what? Sorry?
I head for Zion in an attempt to pull him away.
Okay.
Ask though what Drogat's doing.
Yeah.
Yes, basically.
How close is Zion from me?
I will go on all fours if I have to. I will charge like a lion and just stop.
Zion is about 30 foot from you at this stage.
Oh,
Okay, so I am racing to him on all fours to try to stop.
I think I'm
Are
going
you,
to...
though?
Attempting to at least.
Zion is slowly like removing his cloak and just dropping it to the floor.
Can I try and cast sleep on Zion?
Go for it.
I'm going to use it as a second level spell.
Okay.
I don't have to roll anything against that, do I?
No, I rolled 78.
Okay.
Nothing happens.
I haven't even I don't need to roll?
Nothing happens.
My magic isn't working.
You feel a strange sort of disconnection when you try to cast that spell. Almost like there's no energy behind it.
The magic here is, well, gone. I do
Stupid
not know
magic.
if I will be much help here. Well, luckily,
Am I
I'm
close enough to try to lasso him with my boa?
No.
Am I getting close?
Am I? I'm running.
You could get close to him, yeah.
Can I try and pull him away?
You're not quite that close to him yet. You will be in a couple of moments, but not right now.
I have been keeping an eye. Is it because I didn't respond?
Nope.
Okay. Oh, not me. Okay.
Oh, 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 oh.
God,
Oh, dear.
Was it you?
Uh-huh.
Ah,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I see. I see.
yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
So for the sake of the audio, I have there's things going on, and I had to post a friendly reminder for people to keep checking their messages.
Yes, apologies. Uh, the closer I get to Zion, the more I feel that perhaps he's doing the right thing. Perhaps I should join him in this venture.
Well, another one.
Totu, do you recall that day when when we first started our journey, we left a building. Do you remember what drove me to burn it?
As you are, well, as Tior and Zion are at the altar, Drogath has reached both of them, who now appear to both be stripping their clothes off.
Uh, I'm gonna try to either get. Let's start with Sion. Punch them to their senses, maybe, or unconscious. Either, which works.
How are you doing this? Totu says,
Uh,
"Her, why are you talking about that?"
This situation is alarmingly similar, and unless they are removed, I believe that there is no coming back from this.
I punch on the head.
You punch Zion on the head or in his face or like
I assume I am behind.
yeah, you would be behind him.
Yeah, then on the back of the head.
Okay. Roll to hit with advantage because this would classify as a surprise attack.
uh-huh.
Possibly
And then I add, I think, dexterity or strength or neither.
Uh it'd be well whatever you would roll to attack with. If you're punching, probably strength.
And proficiency modifier. That's 21.
Zion, what's your armor class?
Um,
Not 21.
not 21. 13?
Yeah, no, I wasn't thinking it was 13. Roll for damage.
Ah,
Ooh,
That's 1 plus strength modifier, I think.
KO knockout.
Right?
I don't know, you should know what your damage is. There should be
For
something
an
about
unarmed
it in
strike, I don't have that anywhere written down.
A very heavy.
bear with me a
Yeah, it
second.
says here
Okay.
1 plus strength.
Yep, then
That's
1
just
plus your
5 damage.
Okay. Zion, you take 5 damage and immediately wonder what the hell you are doing.
Okay, so I immediately snap out of it.
Yeah, you just
Okay.
immediately start wondering, what the hell am I doing? Why am I stood right next to this altar, stripping myself off? And you also notice that Tior is doing the same.
The next opportunity, I do the same to Tior.
You would have to wait for a moment.
I
Yeah,
was
the next opportunity.
I was about to say I would swipe at Tior. Bang.
Roll to hit.
I bet you've
Oh.
been waiting to do this for ages.
Did I do this with like advantage because there's like some extra emphasis behind this as well?
That's up to you, DM. Would it be with
No, I was saying it more jokingly. Like,
It wouldn't surprise me.
Nat 20?
oh dang! You've got claws as well, so you have your claws.
Oh dear.
Roll for damage, please.
Hmm.
That is 1d4 strength modifier. Well, it's a good thing my strength modifier's not that great, isn't it?
At the moment. And it's slashing damage because it's claws.
That is 3.
Well,
So-
that is 6 damage. To your not unaccustomed to finding yourself undressing and not too shocked by this fact, but are more shocked about the situation that you are doing so in, as you don't really remember how this all started. Also, you've just been basically slapped with claws, either to the side or back of your head. So there is probably a little bit of blood as well.
What happened? Oh god, what does that hurt?
We need to get out.
Are there any of the cultists nearby?
Oh dear. What?
Yeah, they're about 5 foot away from you. They are forming a circle around, like they have formed the circle back around all of you except Totu, who was hanging back away. And Radel, who is also hanging back away. However, Drogath, Tior, and Zion are pretty much right at the altar in the middle of the circle.
Oh,
I
sorry.
draw
This
my
isn't
sword.
good.
Okay. You
I
again hear the voice. None may leave. Abaddon will rise today.
no. No one's going to stay
I can't hear Tior at all.
again. Wonderful. No, no one is going to rise today. We have been through far
Is it
too
just
much.
me who can't hear Tior?
Oh, what's going on?
I think I can hear Tior.
Okay.
I didn't for a while. It seemed like everyone was being really robotic and cutting out slightly.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't receive any kind of messages and I couldn't hear Tior at all.
Oh dear. So no one can hear me?
We
I
can
hear you
now.
now.
Totu, you
Alright.
know what? Fuck it. This is the predecessor of a good idea. What if I just try and open the door? And then, oh, y'all too.
So Discord had a massive mass spaz out.
Well, it definitely
Yeah.
sounds like it, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I couldn't even hear what the voice was telling us.
No one may leave. Abaddon will rise today.
Which I respond with no. Abaddon will not rise today. It has been a very long day. And whatever this is, we are ending it and leaving.
Okay.
So I
Fiona,
extend my claws
I do not know
and
how
get ready to fight.
I do not know how this Theonin appears wishes to do this when I cannot seem to connect to my magic, and if we kill these people, they may very well act as the sacrifice we are trying to prevent.
We don't have to kill these people, we can knock them out. Physically, a blunt force to the head will knock them out. If you hold back.
Then I
Drogath also has his sword drawn at this point.
Put the sword away unless you use the blunt end to knock them out. We're not going to kill anyone.
Fine.
The plan is to knock these cultists out and fight our way to leave.
Kotu tries to open the door.
Did we ever? I don't think we closed the door.
You
They
didn't.
don't.
Okay, I'll start with the attack.
Everyone roll me initiative.
Because 3 of our party are trapped in a circle of cultists. That's why we can't leave.
Yeah, Totu said, oh, then why don't we just leave? Oh, yay. I know.
Oh, yay, my wonderful initiative modifier.
I am trying to find the initiative modifier.
Oh, that's not too bad.
What is the initiative?
I got a 19.
No. Got a net 20.
Yeah, a nat 20, but it's a 19.
What's
Yeah,
initiative?
nat 20s don't count in initiative rolls.
Ah, okay.
Initiative is dexterity.
Ah,
Because initiative just decides who goes first, and nat 20 doesn't matter, because if you roll a nat 20 and something rolls like a 22 or a 24,
You still don't
then,
go.
yeah, even with a nat 20, you still wouldn't go first because that creature has rolled higher than you.
I know, dear. I know. I know, dear. I will in a moment. Sorry, I need to roll really quickly. Really quickly.
Zion, what was yours?
10.
Okay.
I can't find my initiative.
I think Radel said it's just your dexterity modifier.
Yep.
Uh, 30. 30. Ah, oh no. 9.
Okay. So, if I am correct, the order is Radel, Cultists, Drogath, Zion, Tior, Totu.
Ah, yes.
Radel, what would you like to do?
That is a very good question.
Is that the quack noise? Heard tiny little ducks.
That might have just,
didn't make any noise.
yeah, that might have just been me.
Oh, okay.
Trying to figure out what they were doing. He's like, ah.
I will try casting magic missile. On 3 of the cultists.
Again, you can't seem to get the energy to cast that spell.
An anti-magic domain. Totu, please, I am.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Okay. Everyone make me a wisdom save. Time to roll some more dice.
Oh, now that Drogon's here, I can actually ask, how do you do that advantage-disadvantage thing?
You roll 2 and then you have keep lowest one, the KL1, or keep highest one, KH1.
Finding all the dice, finding all the dice.
No, that didn't work.
No space in it.
I didn't have a space. But anyway, it's an 18.
An 18.
Oh no.
Pretty sure you did have a space, otherwise it would have worked.
My wisdom save. my wisdom saving. Wait, it's a wisdom saving throw?
Dirty
Mhm.
20 for me.
Hmm. It's a saving throw. Hold on.
Totu
So.
also rolls an 18.
Oh, it's the same thing basically. Mine is
I rolled a 19.
Okay.
I rolled an 18, but I have a +2.
Okay. I am going to be completely. This is going to be a bit of an odd one.
Okay.
Because of how it's being done. So Drogath, you rolled a 19. Totu rolled an 18. Radel rolled.
18.
Okay. Tior, what did you roll?
a 6.
A 6.
Yes.
Okay. I am going to give you 5 colors. I need you to pick a color.
Alright.
Your choice is red, purple, light blue, metal blue, or black.
I have to go with the color associated with teal, so I'm going with purple.
Purple?
I'm going with black.
Okay.
Do we all have to pick a color?
No, just Tior and Zion. Wait, what did Zion roll?
I
Oh,
rolled
I
a dirty
don't.
20,
You rolled a dirty 20. Oh, no, you don't have to.
so
So
just
just
teal.
me.
So what
Yep.
did Drogath roll?
19.
Ah.
Oh.
Yep. You turn on your companions.
Oh no. Oh no.
You feel an urge to protect one of the cultists who appears to be missing his left hand.
Gross. I mean,
Drogath. Obviously,
What
everyone
is
else
the
in the party is unaware of this, like, change of heart for Tior.
Until he takes his turn, obviously.
Yeah, until he takes his turn.
what is the closest cultist in front of me?
I mean, it's just a cultist who appears to be missing a few fingers on his right hand.
I'm gonna hit him on the head with the flat side of the blade.
Ooh, roll to hit.
Okay. Dirty 20.
Nice. However, your blade meets nothing. Your hit is perfect. It should have easily struck this cultist pretty much square in his head. But the pommel of your sword just passes through him like mist. It strikes the floor, and the strike is pretty powerful, actually. It does create a very loud clang and actually breaks the stone slab that it hits. But it doesn't connect with anything physical aside from that stone slab.
Can we see this from where we are?
You and Totu, definitely. Depending on which way Zion is facing, probably not. And Tior isn't phased by it.
I kind of envisioned the three in the center kind of had their backs to each other. So
This is why I was saying, depending on which way you're facing. So if you are facing away from Drogath, no, Zion wouldn't have seen this.
You would have heard
Oh, you'd have
it.
heard the clang. You'd have definitely been like, "The fuck is that?" But you wouldn't have seen it pass through him. So you might believe that he'd tried to knock him out and had missed him. Totu, you and Radel are like outside of the circle near the cathedral entrance, and you have just witnessed Drogath try and knock out one of the cultists. However, his sword, like the pommel, so the flat end of his sword, just passed through the cultist and hit the floor. Like, it literally was like mist. It just did not connect with anything aside from the floor.
That's it for my turn.
Okay. In which case, Zion.
is going to calmly be like, Radel, I'm sorry. And then he's going to daunting roar.
Oh, interesting. Radel, can you make me a constitution save here, please?
Wouldn't that clang on the ground also been a problem?
They would have been slightly more prepared for it.
It's a nat one!
Guess who's gonna be deaf? Zion, explain daunting roar, please.
Technically this is my bonus action even. I have another action. I I let out an especially menacing roar. Creatures of my choice within 10 feet of me can hear me and must exceed a wisdom saving throw or become frightened of me until the end of my next turn. The DC of the save is 8 plus my prof bonus plus my constitution modifier.
Okay,
So,
and it's a creature or creatures?
creatures.
Does it specify how many?
It does not.
Okay. Let's do this.
It just says creatures I choose, so obviously that would be the cultists.
I mean, I would have assumed as much. It'd be a bit weird if it wasn't.
Uh-huh.
Let's do this. What have they got to beat?
I'm doing the math right now. 8 plus 2 is 10 plus 1, 11.
And defending party wins.
Okay.
What happens if they fail?
They are frightened of me until the end of my next turn.
One of them appears to be frightened of you.
Okay. I cannot roar again until I finish a rest, so there's my roar.
Okay. And your standard action?
I'm going to slash at the one that's frightened with me.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Not 20. Wow. Okay.
The same thing happens.
Yeah, I know.
You swipe at the cultist who appears frightened, and your hands and claws just pass straight through him. Tior, my lovely, lovely Tior.
Yes.
Um, what do you want to do? Bear in mind you are compelled to protect the cultist who is missing his left hand. Was it left or right? Left. I'm sure I said left.
A missing hand. It's a
Yeah.
missing. Well,
Because it wasn't
being
left.
Leon,
Left now.
I know the energy usage it takes for a daunting roar, so I know he won't do it again. But wanting to protect that handless hope, I tackle Zion to the ground.
Okay.
Do I need to roll anything?
Roll to hit,
Oh,
so to speak. Do you have the action tackle?
I don't know. I thought that was just a normal thing for
I
anyone to
think
do.
it has
Is
to
it?
be mechanics for tackling. So
What?
apparently, trying to find the mechanics for running tackle / charging attack, but can't seem to find one in the player's handbook or the Dungeon Master's Guide.
Would it be
You,
dexterity?
I don't think it's possible unless you've got
Acrobatic?
no. So
Athletic?
no,
Performance?
no, I don't think you can do it. Is what
Uh,
I'm saying. Like
ah,
it looks like so I'm just reading this here. I'm looking for something that allows players to run towards a creature and use their momentum to knock it prone or push it back, and maybe even deal a little bit of damage. Simply put, how can a player character essentially clothesline another character? There is a feat called Charger.
I could shove.
Move and shove. You can use your regular movement coupled with the shove action.
Alright.
But they're two completely independent things, so one does not give you any advantage with the other.
Mm.
Charge is not a regular action you can take. So the common conception seems to be that a player character is not big enough to charge something efficiently. In fact, most, to not say all, we couldn't find anything at least large, but they don't like saying all, of the beasts with the charge feature. Most of the beasts that have the charge feature are large beasts, while player characters are only medium. If you are a cavalier, you do have a ferocious charger. Move and shove. Yeah. It essentially, unless you've got the charging action, you can't do that.
Alright. Don't want to do another roar because then Ragel's ears. So I'm not doing that. Suppose I can.
I don't think you'd care in character right now.
Yeah, like, doesn't matter what your connections to these people are. Right now, the only thing you care about is protecting that
that
character.
tool.
Yeah. You would die for them at this stage.
Anyway. Then I guess roar.
You are also gonna roar.
Yes. I'm going to roar.
If I'm still deaf.
Nah, you're just deaf.
Alright, so what am
Who
I?
are you choosing to
Well, I can't do
to
anything
roar
because
against?
I mean, I can swipe it. I can swipe at Xeon. Or I can roar it.
Are you roaring? And
Right.
if you're roaring, who is your main target?
You.
Me? Okay.
Yeah.
What's the
Oh, I
DC?
feel like this is just gonna create so many problems in your relationship. Like, the relationship
I
between Pure and
know.
Zion was strained already, and now I'm making them fight each other.
I think this entire episode could basically just be titled "The Deterioration of Tior and Zion's Relationship."
Basically, which is
Just be
very
titled,
sad.
like, what did I tell you? I told you. And what did I say would happen? Exactly what happened.
It might solve the problem with Zion not liking it when Tjor goes out with someone else.
So,
I need to row. Right?
yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
What is your DC?
Why are we going back to loud? Rayo's also mad at Tior because of the special friends convo. Poor Tior.
At this point, I think that's been completely forgotten in favor of "Oh God, I'm helpless and everyone's going to die. Toto, do something."
I need to roll. What am I rolling for? To hit, yes?
No.
You don't have to roll to hit. What's your DC?
Oh. Hold on. Let me look.
I have to roll as well.
Well,
Wait, I'm supposed to do something!
I'm deaf and I can't use magic, and I'm a wizard. What am I going to do? Throw myself at people?
Oh no, I don't have to roll, sorry. Zion has to roll.
Which is why I need to know what the DC is.
I don't know what the DC is. Where do I find it?
I just
I
said
don't know.
it's 8 plus proficiency plus your con modifier.
Alright. Let me scroll through these numbers.
32, right. Shit.
It doesn't matter, I'm not beating it.
What?
What did
Why?
you roll?
I rolled a 6.
Ah,
Yeah, if it's 8 plus, yeah, no, you're not beating that already.
Oh dear.
Guess who is now afraid of Teor
Oh, wonderful.
until the
Yeah.
end of Teor's next turn?
Oh, wonderful.
You also have an action because Daunting Roar is a bonus action.
Oh no.
So now that Zion is afraid of you, you could pimp slap him.
I am sorry. Though at the time I don't know that I'm sorry, but I will.
So this is probably going to seem like a hazy dream to you. Like you
Yes.
can kind of tell what you're doing, but you are willing to do it. Like you are completely under someone else's control at this stage.
Uh-huh. Oh, that's sad.
Wait,
Oh
so is
no.
Radel extra death?
No, Radel's just still deaf. It wouldn't have affected them.
Okay.
Like,
can't deafen the deaf.
yeah, exactly. How do you become more deaf if you are completely deaf?
I just wasn't
Like,
sure if it was longer now because
no, because they wouldn't. If they're deaf, they
Would it?
wouldn't have heard the second one.
It was a nat one. I don't think I could get more deaf if I cut my own ears off.
Oh no.
I mean, you could.
Um.
If you were shoving random stuff in your ears to pierce your eardrums, you would be
A
permanent.
knife.
Yeah, sword, knife, dagger, you know. In other words, don't clean your ears with any of those utensils.
No, no. It's a bad idea. Don't do
But
it, kid.
yeah, Radel is deaf for like a while.
So I have a move. So I will swipe at Zion just to put a cherry on top of this horrible moment.
Roll to hit.
Wonderful.
the last thing Radel heard before the roar was Zion apologizing too.
Yeah.
Drogath exists too. Yeah, but Drogath hasn't. Drogath's only attacked like one
fine.
of the cultists.
Drogath is fine. I'm deaf, and Tior and Zion are having a lover spat.
Basically.
19.
That hits.
Roll
Well,
for damage.
yes. What
How
are the
did your
numbers?
D&D session go? Well, I made all my players kill each other.
Well, no.
Not the
because
first time.
Two of us
Not the
stand
first
there.
time.
No.
This time intentionally, though.
It's not me this time.
Yeah.
What's my hit dice again?
You're not
Eight?
helping.
I tried. What do you expect a wizard without magic to do?
Run
I'm looking
away.
for my
I can't
hit.
see
Give me a
anything.
moment.
Are you looking for your claws?
Oh, is it the claws?
I'm
If you are
assuming so.
swiping, unless you're attacking with a weapon.
Oh, right, claws. We found the claws.
Are
Where
you
is it?
stabbing me or are you attacking with your
I'm
claws?
swiping.
I think in this situation, stabbing might. Like, we're gonna go with that you're swiping because that's what you said, but stabbing might be less damaging than a swipe.
I don't know
I
about that, to
can.
be honest.
It's just. I
The
don't know.
swipe
I
would
just
be
know
better
that
than a
you're getting
swiping.
hit.
But yeah, if you're slashing, it's with your claws, if that's what you're choosing, or you can choose to use your weapon. But your weapon would be whatever damage type your weapon is, it wouldn't be slashing.
For your claws, it's 1d4 plus your strength.
Right?
Let's hope Tior doesn't have a lot of strength.
I'm truly hoping not. Where's my strength?
So it'd be your strength modifier.
+3.
Oh boy.
So 1d4 plus 3.
6.
The near maximum amount of damage you could cause.
Nice.
I know.
Zion, congratulations. Your spells have a visual component and you are essentially blind. There is no visual component. So you can't cast the spell.
Not that it mattered
Yay.
anyway, but
Well, no, not that V is verbal.
Yeah,
Okay.
V is verbal. I was going to say, I don't know many spells that are visual components. V is a verbal component. You have to speak something.
Right, okay.
Unless a spell states you have to be able to see the creature.
That makes more sense. So I've been reading my spells wrong this entire time.
Yeah, V means that you have to say something. And then there's P, which is physical, and another one, M, which is material. And I think there's an S as well, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, somatic. I think that's gestures.
Yes. That might be what I meant instead of physical, but yeah, basically you have to like make gestures or material. You have to have components for that spell.
Thank you.
it is Totu's turn.
It
By
is
the way.
Totu's turn. Yes, already. Fuck. We need to start training Totu to plan their turn when it's like 3 people ahead of them.
Yes.
So Drogath, when it's
They were
your
trying.
turn, remind Totu to start
Yeah,
planning.
I was gonna say, like, when it goes to Drogath, I'll just be like, Totu, start planning. They were trying.
Well, Toto
I
should
know.
be planning when he's not having his turn.
I think he was trying to, but the issue with Toto is he never really knows what to do. Like, he's very much
It's also magic.
he
I
couldn't
think
think of anything.
I think we have 3 people who are mainly magic, and
I mean, you're not specifically involved in the combat right now. Like, you are enough of a distance away that it would take you a turn to reach them, but because you are in the same area, you are involved in the combat. That's why you had to roll your initiative.
Rubble? Sorry, I'm responding and you haven't read out what Totu is saying.
Yep. I was replying to someone. Specifically someone who might be joining us. Maybe this evening, depending on how this goes, or maybe next week, depending on how this goes. Is there anything that could distract them around? How do you mean distract them? Like, are you going to try and throw something at them? Are you going to try and get their attention somewhere else? Anyway, fall on top of them, make a big enough show/explosion to get their attention. I'm desperate. Well, which one? Also, how are you going to make stuff fall on top of them? Or are you going to try and fall on top of them? In which case, how are we doing that?
cough,
No.
cough, the alcohol bottles.
Molotov. Wait, no.
Quiet enough, my bad.
I didn't hear it. That's the best thing. I genuinely didn't hear it.
Well, I literally tried to say it under my breath so it would just like fly under the radar, and then immediately I guess Spring heard it.
No, they didn't.
Oh, they
I
didn't.
don't think anyone heard it. I think Spring had the idea at the same time roughly you had the idea
I
and then
did.
decided that was a bad idea.
I did hear Zion.
Oh, you heard that. Okay.
Okay, is that why you laughed, May?
Mm.
You could Molotov them.
I'm
Ah,
going to be
yes,
blind.
Pyro, Totu, let's go.
I'm going to be blind. Mhm.
There's a part of me that loves the fact that I gave you these bottles. There's another part of me that's now thinking I've just given you a decent amount of basically hand grenades.
I'm
It's
sure it'll be fine.
Would
I'm
I'm sure
Totu
it'll be fine.
honestly make a Molotov though?
To save friends, probably.
But the friends are in the middle and no, they wouldn't.
I didn't
Shame.
think so.
However, Totu is not the only one with the bottles.
no.
No, I also have them, but I can't see anything.
I think I also have some, and so does the Tior as well.
Yep.
Yeah, Tior, who's currently attacking you and pinning you to the floor.
But he's not pinning me to the floor. He just slashed at me and terrified me.
Wait, was Drogath here for the bottle incident?
He was not.
No.
Oh. So, it was Totu's birthday. And this was accidentally announced to the inn.
Oh, that part I got. But then
Yeah,
it's
no,
wrong.
they ended up with a lot of drinks. And so they basically weren't allowed to take the money for it in terms of like they couldn't say, you know, we'll just convert that into cash and take the cash. So they decided instead to use the entirety of the drinks that were bought and swap it for bottles of an equal value. So now everyone is carrying a random amount of bottles of alcohol. Which are like spirit. So people have Molotovs now, although that was not the intention.
Mm-hmm.
Toto is panicking, so Toto would just probably pick something up and yeet it at them. Okay. Roll a strength check. Also, which one are you throwing this at? What was the question? Which one are you throwing this pebble stone thing at? Totu would throw it at Tior because the cultist phase through everything. Tior just hit Zion. What was your strength? 12. Okay. Roll to hit. It would be. Or would you add your own?
Aren't ranged attacks dex?
Yeah, I was gonna say be dexterity. Another 12. Okay. Tior, what's your armor class?
12.
Defending party wins. Congratulations, you've had a pebble thrown at you. Doesn't really phase you. Just
Oh,
like, oh, okay. As you do. Yeah, but it doesn't really
No.
distract them.
Not really.
Like,
It's more like a mosquito bite.
Basically, just shooing away a fly at that point.
I would essentially equate it to like being shot by a Nerf dart.
Now we're just picturing a
It's
Nerf dart
kind of
just stopping his
annoying,
birth.
but it doesn't really distract you.
Those
Especially
fuckers
as
can
you would have
hurt,
seen
though.
it being thrown at you as well.
Those fuckers can hurt though. Nerf
Only if it's
A
close range.
Nerf dart?
Bear in mind this is over like a 30-ish foot gap.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
So like plus you can see it coming at you, so it's not like it takes you by surprise. It's just like, wait, why did you throw a pebble at me?
Basically.
I
Basically.
do believe that makes it Drogath's turn again. Unless Totu has any bonus actions.
Like somebody just tackle me. Well, you
I'm in a
can't tackle.
panic. Please
Somebody
help.
just hit
No,
me.
I don't.
I thought it was my turn.
Oh no, it'd be your turn. Yes, I apologize.
Somebody just knock me out, please. I don't want to hurt him.
Well, I'm going to walk 25 foot closer to where I last remember the giant group of people being, and then that's basically all I can do.
Okay. Um. Drogath. Bear with me a moment. I need to see. This one. Oh, okay. Everyone apart from Radel and Totu, can you make me a dexterity saving throw, please?
8.
Okay. Dice.
12.
Okay.
I think Tior as well, right?
Yes, please.
16.
16.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Bear with me a second. I need to find. Where's it gone? Should be another one of these in it. There it is. So, okay, so Drogath and Zion, you take 23 damage.
Ooh.
You are
Oh no.
both pushed 20 feet backwards. And you are both knocked prone.
Okay. How much was that?
23.
I'd ask if you looked hurt, but it wouldn't really matter.
Tior,
Uh-huh.
you take 11 damage. You are not knocked prone. However, you are also no longer feeling the need to protect that cultist. You have returned to your senses. Drogath, it is your turn.
I wonder what he'll do.
I'll stand up.
Congratulations. That is your turn. Zion. Let's guess what you're gonna do.
I'll stand up.
Congratulations, that is your turn.
Has Totu thought of a turn yet?
Oh yeah, Totu, start planning. Drogath's turn and Zion's turn took a lot less time than I was expecting.
20 feet backwards.
20 foot backwards, yeah.
Away from us, basically, I think, right?
No, towards you.
Oh, towards us. Oh, so they're like closer to Totu than me now.
They were 30 foot away from... Yeah, you moved 25 foot forward. So, yeah, they are closer to Totu than you are. All aside from Tior, whose turn it is, who was not knocked backwards or knocked prone.
Give me a moment. I'm trying to. Give me a moment. I'm trying to. Oh no.
You are still very close to the cultist who is missing his left hand.
All right. I choose to. Wait, no. It's going to. What? No. There has to be something. Already done that. Yeah. Oh, this is rude.
Also, Radel, congratulations. You are no longer deaf.
Wonderful.
Yay! I can see.
It's going to go through them. What's Hell's Joy? I just have cleric. I don't really have much of anything.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Radel
this-
wasn't paying attention.
I don't really have a spell that would do
You
anything.
can just physically attack if you choose to do so.
All right. Then I will choose to attack, I suppose.
Roll to hit.
Rolling.
Also, are we trying to knock them out or kill them?
Knock them out.
Okay. Yep, roll to hit.
Because that had been the original. 9. I missed.
No, you hit.
Oh.
Um,
Okay.
roll for damage. Toti says, "Oh, are some of the cultist illusions, which is why they phased through."
5. Oh, wait. What was
Well, that's what Radel was thinking.
It's plus 3. Oh, 4. Hold on. What? Train.
Does Totu say that in character?
I would assume not.
There. 8.
You hit the cultist across the head, and you knock him out. He immediately just sort of like collapses to the floor.
Good.
As he does so, all of the other cultists, aside from the one that is sat in the stone chair, vanish.
I forgot about that one.
When you look at the one that is sat in the chair, he appears to no longer be robed, and actually looks like he is whimpering almost. There is no longer a booming voice coming from him, but rather a kind of pathetic, "Please, don't hurt me. I didn't mean to do any of this. I'm so sorry, please."
Really? Well then. We're in a predicament, aren't we?
Could someone please explain to me what just happened?
They were weak.
DM, would I know that I was under? No, you said it would seem like a dream.
Yes, you would know that you had kind of like taken these actions, but you would also be aware that you were completely charmed and it would feel like a dream to you. So it's not like you would kind of have any resentment towards this because it just seems like it wasn't real. Toto
Okay.
will heal both Drogath and Zion. Okay, go for it.
Please. How bad is Drogath, by the way? Because
How bad? Hurt. Not that bad.
not that bad.
Yeah, not really.
I think Zion was asking, is Zion like close to death?
I'm on 8 HP.
I'm on 26.
Wait, what?
Oh, so you're
Wait.
fine.
Oh wait, it was boosted HP, right?
Yeah.
Oh. I'm on more than 26.
How?
Are you
How
a
am I only-
barbarian?
D12 hit die.
Barbarian.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no fair. I got really confused for a minute then, and then it was like D12 hit die, and I was like, oh yeah, no, that explains everything. Zion, you are now on 16 health because Totu healed you for 6. No, sorry, 8. And Drogath, you have 6 health back.
Your HP has been doubled, Zion.
Yay!
The man still continues to whimper on the chair.
I got
I
around 10%.
I approach the man.
Please don't hurt me.
Then tell me what happened here.
You need to come closer.
Don't trust them.
Too loud.
I am no fool. I can hear you just fine from here.
He doesn't reply.
I am going to attempt once more to cast sleep.
Roll your dice.
I was checking. Whoops, I forgot to. There, 19.
He falls asleep. As he does so, the sky returns to its normal color. The cathedral
I-
around you appears to be lighter in color.
Are we going to turn them in, or are we just gonna question them ourselves?
I think we should turn them in.
This sleep will only last 1 minute. Hurry and help me remove them from this place.
That as well.
We should at least find them.
Yes.
You fixed it. Almost tackle hug from Totu. He's waiting outside. It will take you half a day to get back to the city.
I would reply to Totu, all I did was put a man to sleep. I am not entirely sure what happened before that.
Are you taking both of them or just one of them?
Both.
I think both.
Both of them while bound, I think.
Roll, whoever is tying them up, roll a sleight of hand and performance check, please. Totu says, don't care, you fixed it.
I just smile and hug
Okay.
back.
You said sleight of hand and what?
Performance.
Alright. If I can get it. Just where? Apparently lost yard. There.
Mm,
Here's
what did you roll?
I'm still in the middle of roll. Mhm. Oh, performance is 7. Do I need to roll the other one?
Yeah.
Alright. And oh. Hmm.
Is anyone else attempting to help?
And
You're
3, I fail.
I'll help.
okay. Performance and sleight of hand.
No,
If they
because
run, just free to attack them, right?
That's your decision, not mine.
I'm not asking you. I'm asking
Oh, okay.
other people.
What was it? Drogath spoke while you were telling me what to roll.
It's
said-
sleight of hand and performance.
Okay. 12 for sleight of hand.
once
And
we are
15
away from
performance.
Between you, because Toti rolled 3 performance, 5 sleight of hand. You managed to tie up the one cultist that it would matter about tying up. The other guy's got no arms and legs. He ain't going nowhere. And that is where we will draw this evening to a close.
Alright.
So,
Are we were planning to turn them in though, right? Just for
yes, we'll pick up on that next session. And we'll also have another character joining us next session. Okay. So let's just